Okay guys, so today we are gonna do what Nave Bayes project on the topic Titanic machine learning from disaster. That is Titanic dataset we have actually. So we are having two dataset in this, test and train. I am using only train and we'll split into testing part also. I'll use this only. I'm not separately using test CSV. Right. So just basic stuffs. Click on download. It will start downloading. Then go to click on search. Click on train CSV. I have created a document over here, folder over here. This train.csv I'll just replace with this. This is our data set, right guys? So how many instances we are having? Around 891, right? So again 80 and 20 split we'll be doing, 80 for training part, 20 for testing part. Okay. See, some of the things I would like to tell you guys. I'll not explain how to do right now, but I'll do. What I'm gonna do is I'll do. Always use a virtual environment. Whenever you are creating a project or doing any project, you should use a virtual environment, right? And whenever you are creating a project, give it a new folder, give it a particular name, try to put everything in a particular format, put a requirements.txt, initialize a readme.md, because whenever you are gonna push it to the GitHub, at that time also you can initialize, but better to put it right now, right? And if you want readme.md, just whatever your idea is there, no, go to ChatGPT and tell it to give an क्या कहते हैं short form, like short for your project, a readme file for your project, so it will give you, right? Just explain what your project is doing, how you are importing it, how you are doing the machine learning techniques, pre-processing, whatever you are doing, and then just tell it to generate a readme.md and paste it over here. And every project I'll put it on GitHub. So if you want, I'm not put. I'll just put the link of the GitHub repo in the YouTube video description. Over there you can join. Like you can use it. Right. Okay. This is how I should. Okay, fine. So we don't need this much now. I don't need this also. Any messages? No messages. Okay guys, so let's start with the basic part. So what is our problem statement? Problem statement. Over here you just put this over here. Problem statement is predict whether a given passenger on the Titanic survived or not.
Could you send ये data set का link on WhatsApp group?
Bro, I'll charge 500 rupees. If you pay me right now, I'll send it right now.
Okay भैया जीपे का ये स्कैनर भेज दो.
भेज रहा हूँ भाई. भेज दो. यहाँ भेज दिया और यहाँ से आप लोग यूज़ कर सकते हो. I'll put link also over here only. Link to data set. Right. Problem statement: predict whether a given passenger on the Titanic survived or not based on various features such as passenger class, gender, age, fare paid, and family aboard. If you can remember the last one, what we did, EDA on this क्या कहते हैं अपना Titanic data set. So we found a lot of things. We did a lot of in between stuffs. So some of them, if you can remember, like checking it, is that person boarded alone or with family? Okay, what was the mostly of the gender, who survived, who didn't survive, right? The ratio of their ages, the ratio and age basis bivariate analysis we did with the age and the gender one, then surviving one, multivariate. We did the क्या कहते हैं उसको, heat map. So we did a lot of things. So readme.md, I'll close it right now. Train.csv, we just watch it how it was. So and see requirement.txt, whatever the things we are using over here. Remove this Jupyter lab. I don't need Jupyter lab. This also no need. NumPy 1.2 or 24.4, Pandas 2.0.3, Matplotlib, Seaborn, Scikit-learn. No need to worry. If you want to install, just click go on terminal, click new terminal, type pip install, everything in lower letter, pip install whatever the file you like module you want to install. Let's say NumPy, type NumPy. If you want to install Pandas, don't put comma, just put a space, pass whatever you want, Matplotlib, and just put enter. It will start installing. So right now you are not using virtual environment, so better you should not go with this version 1. Okay, if you want a specific version, for example, if you want to, here I want to install pip install NumPy version of 1.2.4. So NumPy is equal to put 1.24.4. So for me, it is already telling requirement already satisfied for NumPy for this version in the virtual environment. See, I am using a virtual environment. Why to use virtual environment? So for example, if for one project you are using some other version of NumPy, some other compatible version, and for the another project you need a downgraded version or upgraded version of that NumPy or any other module. So in that case, you should it should not collide. For example, if you install again the higher version in your directly system, so when you go back to the previous project and at that time if you run it, it will give you an error. Okay, so it mostly happens with scikit-learn when you are developing a full stack development project. So at that time you can notice it. So better to use a virtual environment, that is VENV. I'll share somebody's YouTube video in the WhatsApp group about how to initialize virtual environment, and just watch it and you will come to understand why to use. Right. So let's start with today's problem statement. So predict whether a given person survived or not based on this characteristics, various features. Your task with building a machine learning model, Gaussian naive Bayes. Okay. Anybody can tell me what is Gaussian naive Bayes? And there was one more naive Bayes. What was that? Anybody? What is Gaussian naive Bayes? And what it is used for, classification or regression? Anybody? Nobody. See, Gaussian naive Bayes is a classification algorithm which is used to do the machine learning part for prediction part for the dataset which are having the classes in it. Right. For example, the last one, if you go survive, see passenger ID and survive, 0, not 1, yes. 0 mother false, he didn't survive, this person didn't survive, but this miss survived. Again, this Mr. survived and this person didn't survive. So if it is a class based, okay, classification based, then you use Gaussian. And your homework is to find which naive Bayes we use when our data problem is like data set is of regression, or the problem statement is for regression part. Alright guys. Did you guys got what is your homework? Your homework is to find which naive Bayes is used for regression part, regression type of problems. Right, so we'll start basic thing. So what is the first basic thing, anybody? So this is the first क्या कहते हैं अपना project, like second, third project. So I'll be doing little bit slowly. But from tomorrow I'll do like lightning bolt speed, right? So what is the first thing we do? Guys, tell me, super fast.
Import the libraries.
Import the libraries apart from Zebran answer. Zebran's answer.
Lower the CSV file.
Okay, CSV file. Apart from that,
Shape and describe and info.
okay. You guys are correct. First importing the libraries, then checking for the importing the data set. So a small markdown. Importing libraries. And in that what we have, this is also code, no, this is inputs. Code. Okay, see, it is right now showing me plain text. If you are getting same thing, select kernel, go to Python environments. So I have just created a virtual environment. See, this is a local environment. You can understand like a local installation, everything. But see, over here it is saying global environment. So whatever you make the changes will come in global environment. So that's why it is recommended to use a small small false environment. Like create a small environment, not false. Create a small environment where you store. So I'll import numpy as np, import pandas as pd, import matplotlib. I want everybody to do with side by side with me. So these are the 4 libraries we need. Cburn for whatever, when we are plotting this scatter plot kar rahe hain, या whenever we are plotting heat map, at that time we need Cburn. So it might take little bit of time because it is that environment is getting initialized right now at the back end, though it don't take too much time. But once it is done, you can go ahead. Yeah, done. So this is done. Now we want some libraries, right? So how to call naive Bayes? You just go sklearn, go to sklearn, naive Bayes. Okay, here you will find the okay, somewhere it will be, yeah, from sklearn. This is the load iris. It is one of the famous data set, and most probably we will be doing one project on this also. Then we will be importing train test split. Yes, we know this. From naive Bayes, see, from sklearn.naive Bayes, import Gaussian naive Bayes, right? We'll just copy it, and we'll paste it over here. Import sklearn, and we are Gaussian, right? Here we have given that Gaussian naive Bayes we have to import. So we are using Gaussian naive Bayes. Just put shift enter. For sklearn to be used, you should first of all install it. So pip install scikit-learn 1.3.0. There is one dash in between both of them, scikit and learn. Okay guys, then definitely we need train test split. So we'll be using sklearn dot train test split. Yes, model selection, fine. Then after, anybody else? Correct. From sklearn we are importing some matrix, that is accuracy score, confusion matrix, sklearn confusion matrix, classification report. Done. We'll put shift enter or shift क्या कहते हैं उसको, return. Right guys, so one more thing is there, that is warnings. Import warning. See, this is one of the क्या कहते हैं अपना warnings. This one. What happened? No, might be possible कि some of the numpy function is क्या कहते हैं not used right now in the current library, and you're trying to use, or that is degraded version or something like that. If something is missing, so multiple times you can find when you try to execute, you will find some warnings on it. So to stop this part, we use import warnings, right? So it is not optional. And again, I'll put something over here that is optional. I'm not gonna use it. So optional is import warnings, and in that warning part, just which type of warning you want to filter, you can write import filter warnings, that is ignored. So whatever there is in ignore type, filter warning, whatever you are getting, it will be ignored, right? So it won't give you some extra stuffs, right? And for the C1 we are using SNS. So if you want to plot some, like define some theme for it, so you can define over here SNS theme, SNS not theme, SNS dot set. Wow, why this is set over here coming like this? I'll remove over here right now. When it is required, I will do. Till now, everybody done importing library. Can we do in Google Colab? Yes. Wherever you want to do, you can do. Right now, I'm not using Google Colab because I wanted to test something. That is import warnings. Before this class, I was trying to do that. Like I did over here. So I was just wanted to understand how import warning works. That's why I'm doing in my own, but if you want to do on Google Colab, you can do it. And there is one more feature. I'll show you. Okay, till then it's load. We'll import our data set. So right over here, importing data set, and I have used 4, so I am using 4. Importing data set. Anybody want to tell me how to import? Importing data set, and this is markdown. Remove markdown. We want a code. So what we are importing? So we are okay. How to import data set? Anybody? Anybody want to tell me how to import? Not import. This is wrong word. Loading data set. Now this is fine. See over here, no? Click on file, upload notebook. Once you click upload notebook, and if you put something like whatever right now I'm doing, if I upload it, so as it is, it will be created in the Google Colab, right? Exactly same. So you can do it anywhere, and you can, if you want to upload it, you can upload. I was doing, see, if you go for the recent one, open notebook, I was doing, see, Bayes Proj-2, 348p. But I thought to do it on offline, so I came back. See, I was trying this ignore, so I generated some of the codes over here, like I tried doing some coding part, so it didn't give because, see, I'll tell you one more part. If you are interested for this warnings, Google Colab have inbuilt warning setups. Like whenever if you are using any invalid function, it won't give you too much of a warning, right? That is the part of the Google Colab. But in your local system, whatever you are running using PyCharm or VS Code or Xcode, whatever you are using, at that time you will get the warnings. So in this code editor, your preferred code editor, if you want to remove the warning, you should use import warnings. So loading data set. So as usual, we'll declare our data frame in df and pdy. Pd is for pandas. And what is our .csv file? That format end is .csv. We'll use read csv. We'll pass the name. So first of all, where is our this located? IPynb file. This IPynb file is located in the notebook section, whereas my data is located into the train.csv. Click on right click, double click, or no, don't double click, right click on it, copy relative path. Click on copy relative path, click over here, paste it over here. Now shift enter. I got an error, no such file or directory, data in name-based train.csv. Okay, now go back, click on this, click on copy path. Go back again, paste it. Now I got a green tick, right? So this is how you import your data set. And once we have imported, like loaded our data set, we will check for info about the data, how it looks like. So this is what we have. We have 11 columns, around 891 entries from 0 to 890. Range index, that means instances. Data column, 12 columns, 891 null values, 891, 891. One, we have too much of null values. And again over here, we'll drop this cabin. Because it's 1/4, right? So if you want to fill, we can fill also. Again, it is object, so we have to fill it with mode. Embarked is also, some null values are there. Okay. So guys, let's check how our data set, like what are the first 10 rows of our data. To check first 10 rows. Sorry. First 10 rows. This is our first 10 rows of our data set. Fine. Have you done till here? Everybody is following me up. Nice. Okay. And don't worry about this outputs and all, we'll generate at the end. And readme requirement VE and data also. Just right now we'll focus on this. And if this is not needed, you just click on it, it will be shifted to that. Now, once we have done with the head part, what is the first thing we will do, guys? Anybody? We'll check what is the data frame. So yeah, somebody was telling something. They unmuted their mic. Okay, so I am getting the suggestion, data loaded successfully. So instead of that, I'll try to print that what is the shape of our data. So what is the shape of our data. So over here I'll just pass k df dot shape. Right. Just put shift enter. 891 by 12. That means 891 rows and 12 columns we have. Fine. So what else we want to need? So I'll print over here. Columns, if you want to, okay, what are the columns name? You can do this also. Missing values, this also. Okay. We'll do this then. What is the shape? 891 by 12. Okay. We should do in different columns, like different cells. And if you're new to this coding part, guys, trust me, don't use any auto code completer. Print dev.shape gives us the shape. Shape nothing but your rows and columns. अरे यार क्या हो रहा है? Rows and columns. Rows comma columns. And what is to list? Whatever the columns we have now. If you do df dot columns, see, if you put shift enter, you'll get a list of the thing, right? But it is not saved. Like not saved in the sense that a basic whatever the columns have, the name will come, right? So dot to list will be converted into the list type. क्या है list? Now we are having a list. Just a second. This is the list of the columns, right?